Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salsa Balagina Filial and my student number is 241101060003 and 2. And I'm from TBI 1. So today I want to answer a question from my lecturer, Mr. Sabto Wahono, and here's the question. Answer is my first reaction was surprise because I'm usually required to answer question prepared by lecture, and I felt nervous, but I was also curious because this method was different from the exam that I normally take. So for the second answer, I felt slightly nervous and anxious. I was worried about whether the question I created were grammatically correct. However, I also felt challenged because I had to understand the material more deeply before correcting the question. So for the third answer, it was quite challenging because I had to think about how to create a clear, interesting, and educational question. I was not only focused on the answer but also on the process of designing the question. So for the fourth answer, the biggest challenge was finding personal experience that match the grammatical topic. I eventually used my experience of stepping on the sea urchin for a conditional sentence and my failed attempt at making potato cakes for direct and indirect speech because both were a real experience from my life. For the fifth answer, I start by recalling a memorable personal experience. After that, I decide which experience best match each grammar topic. Then I adjusted the sentence according to the rule of conditional sentence and reported speech and check the answer carefully. Six answer. Yes, I realized that grammar is not just only about memorizing formula. It is actually used to describe and question more accurate. So for the seventh answer, when I doing textbook exercise, I only need to find the correct answer. However, I was creating my own question. I have to understand the concept, the context, and the reason for using a particular grammar structure. So for the equation, I will give myself maybe an 8 of the 10. I believe that I understand most of it, that I can apply it real life context. However, I still sometimes feel unsure when changing direct speech into indirect speech, especially with complex tenses change. Alright, for the ninth answer. While writing the reflection, I thought that about what I had learned, what I had mastered, and what I still need to improve. Evaluating myself was quite cool because I had to ask about my abilities. For the 10 answer, I think reflection is important because it helps students understand their learning progress. Through reflection, students can identify their strengths and their weakness and improve their learning process in the future. Um, uh, from the question that my lecture give us to answer. Bye bye.